Today, Amy Roloff car accident in road and Amy Roloff hospitalized. I will explain everything. Never miss this video. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into some breaking news involving little people. Big world star Amy Roloff. Sadly, Amy was involved in a car accident earlier today. We'll share everything we know so far, including updates on her condition, how it happened, and how fans are reacting. Let's get into it. When Amy Roloff first appeared on Little People, Big World, a program that followed the Roloff family's life on their Oregon farm, it enthralled viewers. Amy's journey as a young person has involved conquering obstacles, forming enduring bonds with others, and sharing her development with the world. Amy gained notoriety for her grounded demeanor, her love of her farm, and her determination to live life as she sees fit. Amy's admirers always appreciated her for her optimistic attitude despite hardship, whether she was managing the complexities of her relationships or enjoying family holidays. The startling news that Amy Roloff had been in an automobile accident surfaced on the morning of January 28. Although the specifics were still being worked out, preliminary reports indicated that she was driving when a car suddenly swerved into her lane. Amy was traveling on the New York highway at the time of the collision, according to preliminary accounts from the local authorities. Both vehicles sustained substantial damage in the crash, but fortunately, emergency personnel arrived at the site quickly. Amy had non-life-threatening injuries when she was brought to the hospital, and medical professionals were trying to determine the full scope of her condition. Although Amy's followers are naturally worried, her status has been reported as stable as of right now. Hearing that their favorite public figure was involved in an accident is never pleasant, especially when it occurs so suddenly. As anticipated, social media has been inundated with love and support comments for Amy during this trying time from followers worldwide. Amy's supporters have been praying and expressing condolences since the accident, wishing her a quick recovery. Fans, friends, and former co-stars have all been sending messages similar to these. Amy has undoubtedly created a network of people who genuinely care about her welfare. Amy Roloff has had many difficulties in her life, not only as a small person, but also with regard to her relationships and health. She has been candid about her difficulties over the years, ranging from overcoming health conditions to negotiating the difficulties of divorce and co-parenting. Despite health challenges, Amy has never given up. Whether she chose to get surgery to enhance her quality of life or struggled with back pain, her bravery and determination have been astounding. But this accident presents a fresh obstacle for Amy to conquer, and we are confident that, considering her history, she will meet it head-on. Amy has been communicating with her fans on social media since the accident, providing them with updates on her recuperation. She has been taking it easy and relaxing, but she hasn't lost hope. She thanked her followers for their kind thoughts and reassured them that she was in safe hands with her medical team in her first post-accident update. It's not surprising that Amy is maintaining her optimism during this trying time. Her faith, her family, and her fans have always been sources of strength for her. Even though Amy's personal life has been filled with challenges, one thing has remained constant: her dedication to her fans, her family, and her farm. She is not showing any signs of letting the mishap stop her from working on her next ventures. Both on and off screen, fans are excited to watch how Amy will continue her adventure. Whether it's running the Roloff farm, spending time with her grandkids, or sharing her wisdom with her followers, Amy has always remained true to herself. Many people respect her for her tenacity, which has made her one of the most adored TV personalities. What will happen to Amy Roloff now that this horrible tragedy has occurred? She is currently concentrating on getting better and spending time with her loved ones. We are aware that her journey is far from done and that she has a bright future ahead of her. Millions of others will be inspired by Amy's journey, whether she chooses to stay on the farm, pursue new chances, or simply enjoy life's small joys, and will be present at every turn, encouraging and observing her. Amy Roloff breaks down, blames husband for low self-esteem. Amy Roloff is not very happy with Matt Roloff these days. The mother of four has, as is widely known, taken issue with her ex-husband's treatment of their children when he decided to sell his farm in Oregon. According to Amy, it's quite unfortunate that Matt didn't offer either of his sons a reasonable chance to buy the house before listing it for sale. However, Roloff made it apparent on the most recent episode of Little People, Big World, that her issues with Matt are far deeper and have a much longer history than this. This is what happened. On air, Amy and Chris Merrick, her second husband, were discussing how to grow the reality star's herb garden when Amy became quite agitated. At one point, Amy pointed to the garden and tried to explain their little spat over the planting plans to Chris, saying, "We're looking at this differently, and our comprehension is different." Merrick said in a confessional, "I think I'm describing it rather clearly, rationally, and logically, and it makes sense. There's no need for a fight, but occasionally I am irritated when Amy doesn't understand." Amy became strangely irritated by the term after the couple appeared to come to an agreement, and Chris congratulated them on their ability to hammer it out. She then revealed why in a confessional of her own. "I believe it has a lot to do with trying to be extremely cautious about how I come across and how people see me throughout my life. I am sensitive to that, because it only takes one small thing and you're fired." In order to further clarify this concept, Amy then looked back to her past. "As a result of my upbringing and my continued attempt to fit in and live up to others' expectations, I do have a propensity to be a little more sensitive. I am aware that such factors undoubtedly had a role in my marriage to Matt. I didn't feel as encouraged or supported a lot of the time, and when you have that a little bit over time, you can become deflated." Amy and Matt have 4 children together and have been married for more than 20 years. Given that the celebrities continue to film their reality program together, they are still on good terms after splitting up in 2016. But Amy claimed that Matt had cheated on her in the past with his current girlfriend, Karen Chandler, and it's clear that a lot of resentment still exists. However, Amy explained in this same episode that her problems with self-esteem are not limited to Matt and their broken relationship. At one point, Chris remarked, "I think early on that I had to push Amy sometimes to talk about stuff," to which his wife agreed and replied, "I believe I had internal struggles. In addition, I was worried that he would leave the room if I said something incorrectly." Amy finally lost it at this point and went on, "There are times when I'm transported back to my early years. Simply put, I'm happy he believes I'm good enough." Chris then demonstrated that he is a keeper at this point. "More than good enough," he whispered, more to his wife than to the cameras, as he bent down and gave her an embrace. Little People star Amy Roloff talks about her fear that her body wouldn't be able to carry twins Jeremy, Zach. The Little People, Big World star Amy Roloff opened up about her own experience with anxiety, pregnancy, and infertility. By doing this, she gave her admirers access to a little-known part of her story. Amy is currently the delighted mother of 4 grown children: Zach, Jeremy, Jacob, and Molly. She also enjoys the pleasure of being the grandma of 7 grandchildren. But it wasn't easy for her to get to this point in her life. According to In Touch Weekly, Amy candidly discussed the difficulties she encountered throughout the birth of her 4 children during a recent Facebook Live. In May 2023, Amy used a Facebook Live session to talk about her encounters with her friend Lisa Dixon. During the chat, Lisa, Amy's friend, acknowledged Amy's long-standing wish to have children, while also recognizing the difficulties she encountered in getting pregnant. Amy then disclosed that her childhood illness further complicated her journey, leading her to wonder if it contributed to her infertility issues. Unfortunately, Amy's erratic menstrual cycles made it more difficult for her and her ex-husband Matt to conceive. Amy continued by describing her circumstances, saying, "I wasn't regular, so I never knew when that time of the month was coming." In order to shed light on her route to fatherhood, she revealed that she had enlisted the help of a reproductive professional. "It was difficult when we were trying to conceive and everything. We also knew that having more than one child was a possibility. Amy had to take extra precautions on her path to motherhood because she was a small person. That was worrisome, she said, openly acknowledging her worries. I knew I could carry one baby because I'm a small person, but could I carry two? Would I be able to carry three? I fervently prayed, Lord, please don't put me in a situation where I would have to let go of one or two because my body couldn't handle it, she related. Amy was concerned that if she became pregnant with twins or triplets, she could have to have a reduction procedure. Fortunately, though, everything proceeded without a hitch, and she gave birth to her twins, Zach and Jeremy, without any issues. The difficulties persisted even after Amy gave birth to her twin sons. She made it clear in her video that this time was not at all easy for her. Amy told Lisa that she felt alone after giving birth to her twin boys via cesarean section. She stated that she was alone since she and Matt had moved to Oregon. Amy acknowledged that Matt had to take care of two babies because of his business obligations, which she called a lot to take on. Family Farm star Amy Roloff has moved on, given that the Little People, Big World star recently accepted a proposal from Chris Marek. It will be full of love, laughter, and the company of a very special someone. Before she can officially look forward to what's next, however, Amy must make peace with what she's now leaving behind. This has become a crucial topic because Amy seemed to take a past-aggressive shot at either her ex-husband, his girlfriend, or very likely both just a few days ago. Roloff wrote the following and included a picture of herself during pumpkin season at her family's farm. I really miss getting to know so many of you and getting dressed up. Even though I wasn't really involved in pumpkin season this year for a variety of reasons, enjoy this wonderful season, which is fall. This might appear to be a harmless caption at first look. Many observers, however, have focused on the phrase various reasons and interpreted it as referring to Amy being essentially pushed aside by Karen Chandler. Naturally, Chandler has been dating Matt Roloff for years, and with each passing season, her influence on the farm feels more powerful. Around the same time Amy mentioned that she wasn't really involved in this year's pumpkin picking, Matt shared a photo of Karen on the property. It's also critical to keep in mind that near the end of their marriage, Amy accused Matt of cheating on her with Chandler. With Amy having sold part of her farmland to Matt some weeks ago, and with Amy making preparations to move to a house off the property, a source concedes to Radar Online that many changes are on the horizon for this reality star. Amy is in acceptance about transitioning off the farm. The Insider informs this publication, adding that the grandmother of two is weathering everything as well as she can these days. She's made great progress. Amy has occasionally acknowledged that it wasn't simple to get a divorce from Matt, particularly since he almost immediately started dating Chandler, a farm manager for years. But now that Amy has Chris, she has a lot to look forward to. She's found someone else, but I think she will always feel wounded that Matt kind of deceived her. She's moved on, the source concluded to Radar. Amy also had to deal with the tragic death of her mother, Patricia, on September 24th for the time being. Today, I'm heading to Michigan for my mom's memorial on Thursday, and to say goodbye to her and grateful to be with my dad for a little bit afterwards, Roloff wrote in an email on Sunday. I'm feeling conflicted. I miss her so much and at the same time delighted she's not in pain anymore and with the Lord. Chris will be missed while I'm away, but I'm happy he'll be joining me and my kids for the service. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.